Hello friends out there, viewers and subscribers. I have an exciting new video to show to you because this is my favorite style of music. And I'm far past the new wave and synth pop and Duran videos. In fact, I've done all of those already. There are many of them. So if you want to get caught up on my channel, go ahead and binge watch those videos if you want to. Even subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and especially leave me your comments. I'd like to hear from you. But this is a style that's very personal to me, and it is Italodisco. So those of you who know what Italodisco is, you're in for a real treat here, because I really know my stuff here, and I'm going to be showing you some gold. Those of you who don't know what this is, I'm going to describe it to you in a few words. Italodisco is, we can put it with heavenly, ethereal, romantic, celestial, and epic synth pop that is done on synthesizers and synth drums with a disco kick beat, somewhat pounding beat, to romantic love songs of the 80s. Now, it was huge in Europe. In fact, that's where it came from, and it was huge in Asia. Still is very big with Asians. Didn't do anything here in the US, and that's fine with me. Let it stay over there in Europe and Asia because they're still thumping it today. So they're even singing it in karaoke bars, karaoke clubs, and a lot of this came out of Germany, Italy, Brussels, Spain, France, and so a lot of those countries put out this great stuff here. I'd like to give a little bit of a background of how I got into this, if you don't mind, just a couple of minutes here. Back in 1985, I was 16, I was a junior in high school, and a buddy of mine who were really into Duran, Depeche Mode, all the British new wave and the synth pop, he loans me this cassette, and I bring it home and I listen to it, and I'm thinking, where are all these songs coming from? I never heard any of this stuff like Fancy, The Twins, Fun Fun, Trance X Geraldine Cordeau, a lot of those that were on this cassette here. It was a mixed cassette, and I asked him, what are these? He said he had no idea, and it was just a tape that somebody made for him. So of course I copied it and I played it to death. Then I started hanging around all these Vietnamese that were starting to come to my school, Vietnamese guys and girls, and they had all these mixed cassettes. They weren't mixed on turntables, but it was all the records they were getting, and we're talking like Modern Talking, CC Catch, Bad Boys Blue, Fancy, Eddie Huntington, and the list goes on. And I'm still thinking, where are you getting all this stuff from? And this is when we were tying our pants tight at the ankles, and the hair was all forked out. That was our look back then. And so really I was getting into this stuff. They took me to San Jose, finally, for a record shopping, and it was upstairs called Luna Sound, owned also by Vietnamese. And you can pick the records off the walls like you could at any other record store, but this place was dedicated to just Italodisco. So I started picking the stuff off the walls, and I was thinking, now I'm finally getting these records. And that was in about 1987, so I started making my own cassettes. So I had this huge collection, and that brings me to where I am today with my collection. Now, I lost a lot of this in the 90s due to some circumstances back then. A lot of us DJs and collectors have those stories. But what I have behind the camera here, and still what's coming, and this huge stack that I have on the floor, are you ready to start seeing the collection? I'm going to start with this here. A Eurobeat Italodisco duo out of Germany. A fabulous and genius songwriting team with a golden voice and a great song producer, very romantic lyrics. Can you guess who it is? No, this is not Wham. Everybody thought, who is this Wham? And a buddy of mine, a Vietnamese guy that I was very close friends with, brought this into our history class. Instead of paying attention to the teacher's teachings, we're looking at records. And this is Thomas Anders with the brown hair and Dieter Bohlen with the blonde. This is their first album as Modern Talking. There had been other Italodisco hits before this, but this right here really set the stage because every song on here is phenomenal. I mean, it's amazing. We're talking about the first song on here, You're My Heart, You're My Soul. There's a long version of it. There's even a video. And still today, people are saying that that pretty much tops any other single that's out there for this style. Now, you also have You Can Win If You Want. There's also Diamonds Never Made a Lady. The little bit more milder one, The Night Is Yours, The Night Is Mine. Then Do You Wanna. My favorite is Lucky Guy. and you have One in a Million and Bells of Paris, much more lighter ones. This whole album, if you ever get it on CD, download it, or on vinyl, you're going to play it back and forth over and over. Dieter Bohlen was the genius behind this group as far as the production and the lyrics. What a romanticist. The stuff that he came out with, especially The Night Is Yours, The Night Is Mine, and Lucky Guy. A couple of other tracks that he did was on his own under an alias by the name of Ryan Simmons. It's still Dieter Bohlen, but I think it was before he did Modern Talking. He came out with these, and this one here is The Night Is Yours, The Night Is Mine, and my absolute favorite here, Lucky Guy. If I can describe to you Modern Talking, in the chorus of their songs, they would have the background singers as a choir singing in higher voices, which made this such a powerful sound and a statement in history as far as historical time, as far as Eurobeat and Italodisco. And I'm going to be saying Italodisco a lot because that's what we're talking about here. But if you remember ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, and sometimes they would sing in those high voices, this right here far surpassed that. So Modern Talking, along with this one here, put out 6 albums in only 3 years. We had the first one, then Let's Talk About Love, the second one, Ready for Romance, the third one, In the Middle of Nowhere, fourth one, the fifth one is Romantic Warriors, and then the next one after that would be the sixth one here, and that is in the Garden of Venus. The one that I love on this one is Don't Lose My Number, Girl. And then you've got, of course, the standout single, In 100 Years, a very powerful Italodisco track. So I have the first album and the 6th album. One of my sellers on Discogs by the name of Visage, I forget the numbers, but if you want to look up through his stack, Visage on Discog, that's the seller's name. I'm going to get the other albums, but here's another one of their standout tracks here. Sherry, Sherry Lady, Living in Devotions, always like the first time, Listen to Your Heart, and then they sing in the high voices. Banging track right here, wonderful. And then of course, back to this one here, I'll Be Your Lucky Guy. Dieter Bohlen turns to the electronic voice, which is not the robotic one, but it's a much higher electronic sound. This is the one that I listen to when I'm just chilling by myself with a stick of incense and a glass of whiskey, and it takes me to a whole nother world. Both of these. Look them up on YouTube. Start a collection of Italodisco. There's a ton of it out there. It's not cheap. Don't start a collection like this unless you're ready to pay for it, because back then, records were only $7.99. We're talking 86, 87. Now they're anywhere from $5 to $400, depending on what you're getting. Here's their biggest song right here, You're My Heart, You're My Soul. Look at the shoes. They were called one of the cheesiest bands of the 80s, but today they have some of the most Eurobeat singles, Eurodisco singles ever. Now Dieter Bohlen had another project, and it was this girl right here. I think she was only 21 when she started doing this. CC Catch. If you know Modern Talking, you know CC Catch. This one here must be played loud, powerful. Are you man enough to take my heart away, my love? Don't look back, here I am just for you. Got to get this one here. CC Catch, Are You Man Enough? Also from her first album, Strangers by Night, or Strangers Tomorrow. In the Backseat of Your Cadillac, great sound on this one too. Play It Loud. His stuff really bangs for her songs here. Modern Talking was a little lighter, but CC Catch, especially on her first album, Jump in My Car. Beautiful song. Ask any Vietnamese from the 80s if they know that song, they will know it. Baby, I Need Your Love. Another really nice one too. And I love the price tags. Where are we? I love the price tags from record stores that aren't around anymore. This was from San Francisco, and it's Star Records. Not around anymore. So I do love having old price tags, especially when they say $7.99, for a 12-inch single from Germany. And this one is from a record store called Funky Town. Here is her first album, CC Catch. And look at her and these eyes on the back. Gosh, she's beautiful. This is another album where she had many hits and great songs. We've got 'Cause You Are Young, and one of my favorites here, I Can Lose My Heart Tonight, a bit faster. There's a video of it too. One Night's Not Enough, Strangers by Night, Jump in My Car, and You Can Be My Lucky Star Tonight. Get this whole album. Listen to what I'm talking about. I know my stuff here. Blue System. I have his record up there. This is also Dieter Bohlen. He went off from doing Modern Talking to doing Blue System. He doesn't have the vocals of Thomas Anders. It's his voice. It's deeper and more scratchier, much more seductive, I guess you can call it. But this one here is My Bed Is Too Big Without You. I Want to Have Your Body. And so that's my Modern Talking Dieter Bohlen collection so far. This girl here is a personal friend of mine, and her husband does her music for her, and she's on the Bellafon label. If you ended up on the Bellafon label, if you were good enough to be selected on that label, your music is powerful enough. And we're talking about this girl right here, Gina T. And she and I have been writing back and forth about when she'll be performing again. But watch your speakers on this one. Gina T, Tokyo by Night. City Full of Lights, You'll Be in My Eyes, Tokyo by Night. She's got a video on this one here. It's just her. She's just kind of dancing around, shaking her hips. But like I said, watch your speakers. Crank it up. Play this one loud. So there's this one. She also has another one called Sayonara. And that is on one of her albums. Now, this one here, In My Fantasy, it's a slow song. And when you have Italodisco or Eurobeat, or eurodisco, I'm sorry, slow songs, they're quite different than anything America or even the UK put out. They're very powerful. This one here, she's singing in a very tight skirt, very tight dress with smoke blowing around. In my fantasy, your body's lying next to mine. Look at her. Look how pretty she is. And if you don't mind, I'm going to grab these 7-inch singles that I have of hers too. She is such a nice girl. This one here, Birds of Paradise. What a pretty girl. And like I said, her husband is her producer. And then Hey Angel. Tokyo by Night again. Her slow song, Tonight Is So Cold. What a pretty girl. This one too. You Really Got Me. And In the Garden of Broken Dreams. I'm going to link this video to her, and I want to tell her, Gina, thank you for chatting with me, and I love your songs so much. Can't wait to see you. And I'm glad to show your records. Okay, moving on to this girl here. Like a Burning Star. Now this is where we get a little bit more galactic, ethereal, heavenly, celestial. It's really wide sounding, powerful. And the reason why is because Axel Bricklung, I think is how you pronounce his last name. He's from Silent Circle. He produced this. And there's a video for this too, where she is in this outfit, and there's some girls behind her that are swinging their hips left and right, just doing that 80s dancing. But it's got such a bouncing bassline rhythm to it. You can't help but tap your feet to this. Like a burning star in the dark of the night, like a loving heart in the moment of flight, like a sailing boat flying over the sea, you should have hold me. That's this record right here. This one is from, where is this from? I think it's from Portugal. So my label is different. You can't see it. She is normally on Blow Up, but I like real rare singles too. Ones that you just can't find anywhere. My stuff comes from Discogs. You got to get this. Put this on your playlist and get it now. Jessica, Like a Burning Star. Expect to pay about 50 bucks on that one. It ain't cheap. And here she is again. Sympathy. Your love is only sympathy. Cute song, really nice. And there she is on the backside. I just love her, watching her in her videos. She's so darling. And then her other one too is We Are Taken by the Chinese Magic. It's called Chinese Magic. It's on a splattered marble vinyl. That one's probably about 50 bucks. I will get that at some point. There's a few others that I'm getting, like a Bad Boys Blue, You're a Woman, I'm a Man. I just got that last night. That's from Portugal on Hansa. Nowhere to be found anywhere on the internet. I just couldn't find it anywhere else. So I grabbed it. So I'll be showing that later. How about this girl? Leanne Ross. She was in a group called Creative Connection, and you know her voice when you hear it. So Creative Connection did Call My Name, Scratch My Name, You're My Heart, You're My Soul, and one other one I can't think of right now. This one's fast. This is probably at about 126 BPM. And Welcome to My World of Mystery, Welcome Home to Me. And the same song is also turned into I've Got to Find the Boy with the Groove Each Saturday Night. And this has just that nice thumping, pounding through it that only Leanne Ross could deliver in that style of hers. If you ever see her on stage doing any of her songs, she's in a tight all-black skirt outfit with a chain on her hips and just shaking her hips back and forth, really into the music at one of those Russian get-togethers, really giving the energy to the audience. You can tell she loves doing what she does. Then here is this one here as a remix, Fantasy and also Saturday Night. Anything with Leanne Ross, she's got a couple of new songs out. One of them is, Enjoy Yourself. And I can see how that fit with this time of COVID right now. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. Look that up on YouTube, Leanne Ross. That is on a 4-track single that just came out. I'll get into who her producer is later on. He's on my colored vinyl Italodisco collection up there. I'm going to be showing that in another video, all of my colored vinyl in this genre. Okay, now, here you go. Look this up on YouTube and watch how she is in the video on stage. This is at about maybe 116 BPM, and when the bells come in, those electronic bells on the synthesizer, it just has such a nice flowing sound to it. Say You'll Never, Never Ever Go Away. Great song. Here we are, 3 guys out of Germany. They said that they decided to do something different than what they were doing and changed direction into doing music. So, what would that have been? One of the biggest Italodisco songs ever. And they knocked it out of the park with this one. Joy, touch by touch, you're my all-time lover. Skin to skin, come under my cover. They also have Hey Hello, Be My Lover. And then they have another one that I have coming in the mail, and that is Lost in Hong Kong. I apologize if the sound's not synced up with my video or with my voice, but that just happens. And yeah, I'll be showing that that track later on. Now we have this guy, Fancy. If there's any other producer that was big in the Italodisco genre, it would be this guy here, Flames of Love. Play this one loud too. Flames of Love. I'm drowning in a sea of love, and the night is never enough. He has some very romantic lyrics, very powerful and seductive. One of his first ones here is S-L-I-C-E, Slice Me Nice. I don't know if that's him, maybe in drag. It looks like it, but I don't think this was really his thing. But it looks like it might be him. He has a lot of videos of everything that I'll show to you. But one of my favorite ones of his is this. Oh my God. Chinese Eyes. Fire in your eyes, burning twice. Love me with your Chinese eyes. And it has beautiful sounds in that chorus. But this one, I think he used those emulator synthesizers like Depeche Mode used. Just really hard sounding stuff. You'd have to hear it. But that's Fancy. Then he has Get Lost Tonight. I think it's on that same album as Chinese Eyes. I forgot what his name is. He goes by a one name as a producer, like Cher. And then there's this album here. This is his gold. This has all of his hits on it. So if you're looking for a greatest hits by Fancy, look for this one here with this cover. Yeah, it's called Gold. Flames of Love, Lady of Ice, Slice Me Nice, bunch of others. Now my absolute favorite from him, aside from Chinese Eyes, is going to be this one right here. If you want powerful, seductive, and fiery Eurobeat track, Eurodisco track, is this. Hold me in your arms again, strangers down a lonely lane. We can still survive, drift along the stream of time. And it's Hold Me in Your Arms Again. Playboy has a deep voice in it. Kind of a mix of, in the video, of that beautiful song with some flamenco dancers. And then we have here, I'm calling you, my China blue, my fever burns 'cause I want you. Listen to those kind of words here. This one here is just an outstanding track. Just love it. I'm going to go on to these three guys out of Germany. And they don't look like that they'd be doing this kind of music, but they're called Bad Boys Blue. And this one right here was one of their main singers. He's not around anymore, sadly. And I don't think he is either. But he is. And he was one of their singers as well. This is my favorite by them. I want to hear your heartbeat, share your dreams in your sleep. Let me hold you tight in the night, I don't want to waste 1 second without you, girl. Sunday Girl. You'd have to see the video. What a happy sound they had, these guys. In all their videos, they have those high-pitched singing too, like Modern Talk and the high choir singing. Kisses and tears, my one and only. Don't be lonely, I'm right here. Another favorite by them. Bad Boys Blue, Kisses and Tears. If you remember the Pet Shop Boys, It's a Sin. Peter Schilling, A World of Love and Crime. Right around the same time is this right here. A world without you, a world of my own. Without your love, my heart will turn to stone. Oh, Michelle. Loud and powerful. Bad Boys Blue. Behind the window, there's symbols of red. Can't hide the shape of the lady in black. Is this one right here. Bad Boys Blue. Look for that one too. A couple of others by them that I don't have right here is Give Me Your Loving. And they have this one here. One of their earlier ones right here. Pretty young girl on my mind. How I wish you to be mine. Can't hide my feelings no more. You're my girl and you're 16. Immaculate condition for its time. I mean, this is over 30 years old. Favorite song of mine, I can't get the song out of my head. Out of Italy, Activate My Heart, Activate My Brain. It has some quirky sounds in it, if I can describe them as that. But great song, look it up. They were called, how can I show this? Right here. Mecano? I guess that's what it is. Activate My Heart. Love it. Absolutely love it. So look that up. They even have a video of it. She's singing in Italian, and then there's also dubbed over with English. This guy right here, David Merlin, Electric Nights. You want a true sound of that Eurodisco, Italodisco sound, is this right here. Some of this stuff is just beautiful, very harmonious in these songs. And the synth drums, all of this has that synth drum of those, I guess, hexagon or octagon synth drum pads that they hit. And so that's this one right here, David Merlin, Electric Nights, I feel your heartbeat next to mine, something like that. He also did this, the same guy going over a different artist, Night Society. This is probably at about a 116, maybe 114 BPM. Just moving along and bouncing really nice. One day you came and you took my heart. I didn't know what happened to me. I closed my eyes and you whispered to me, now come on, and whoa. Beautiful song right there. Now this guy is out of Italy. Gazebo. His biggest song, I think, is this. Right on sequencer. Love in Your Eyes. If I can show the title right there. Love in your eyes, oh baby, don't you realize it's only love in your eyes? You'd have to hear it. You can tell the difference between Italian eurodisco than out of Germany. It's a little bit different. But and then that's the rest of his album. One of his biggest songs is I Like Chopin. Rainy days, never say goodbye to desire when we are together. You might know the song. It has that beautiful piano in it, and that's what I consider rainy day Italodisco. It's just a little bit more on the mellow side. Now these guys here, two of them, I don't know if they really are twins, but this one is heavy. It's got a heavy sound to it, really solid in its production, and the synthesizers. Just Leave Me Be, I'm Not the Loving Kind, and then that would be the album that they had right there. They went on to doing, well, they did a lot of, another nice one is I've No Feeling, Deep Within My Heart. That's the title of it, Deep Within My Heart. Then they have this one here, Face to Face, Heart to Heart. And then another one in, I think, 87 it came out, if I remember, and that is Time Will Tell. You might remember that one. And Time's Never Wrong. Brussels. Absolute gold on this one right here. Belgian Girl. You'd have to listen to this. If there's any Italodisco track that is solid and perfect sounding, is this one here. It just has a nice swing to it, nice bang to it, and it just all this had that down and down and up sound to it. This one, Charlie G, You're My L'Amour, Eddie Huntington, Up and Down I Go. They're all kind of like with the same sound. I've saved 3 tracks that are my favorites, and the most I've ever spent on any of these records are these last 3 right here. Also 3 of the hardest ones to get. If you know your Italodisco, you're going to know this record right here. Anywhere from $350 to $400 is this one right here. And it's on Boulevard Records out of Canada. She did, I think, only one song that went anywhere, and that's fine, because if it was any song to go anywhere, I've only got you to blame. I'm never going to be the same. And all your promises didn't mean a thing because now you're gone. Wow, what a spiteful song she had. But this even has some sounds of the Acid 303 in it. Great for 1987. But this one is moving and it's powerful. You can even call it maybe a cross between hi-nrg and Italodisco. But this is on fire. Don't attempt to buy this one, especially clean copy, without paying probably $400 for it. I bought it for $10 back in 87 at Luna Sound in that upstairs record store. Oh, this one soaked me for $270, $274 to be exact, but I had to have it. I forgot this guy's name. He goes under the name of Larry Day on this one, but it's an actual guy's name that he did a few other singles with by himself. Oh, it's Jimmy McFoy, going under the alias of Larry Day. Hey you girl, can't you see there's music in my heart? Fashion girl of my dreams, computer of my life. Look this up on YouTube. Get it into your collection. And this is out of, well, I think it's out of Italy. Cologne. So that would be printed in Italy. And great track right there. Cologne, Germany. Now, in 87, when we were in that upstairs record store, those guys went and put on this promo single. And me and the rest of my friends were thinking, wow, what is this? We're asking them, what is this? What are you playing? And they told us the title, and I said, can we get it? And they said, it's not available yet. So I never got to go back and get one. It was gone. I did get the more of the bootleg that's on Time Records with the red label. That's going for like $199. I bought it for $10. but only up until about 10 years ago was I able to get this original copy right here. And here you go. Ready for this? That's right, drum roll please. This is going to be my favorite Italodisco record out of anything that I own and anything that I have ever heard. It's very beautiful in the beginning, and then it kicks into that bass line that's just bouncing up and down all over the place. A nice swing to it. I imagine people in tuxedos and dresses with champagne dancing to this. And this guy's a friend of mine on Facebook too. He's in, I believe, Italy now. In fact, that's him right there, Nick Letizia. He had another song called Hold Me. It seemed to have taken off better as a single than this one. This one's just very rare. This song is his best. And in the chorus, baby, baby blue, baby, I love you, baby, baby blue, be my lover like no other. And so I think this one here is out of Germany, but this one goes for about $250 and up, especially if you can get a mint condition copy. So that's my favorite. I hope that throughout this video, if you're going to be making an Italodisco song collection or record collection someday, that you have paid attention, written these down, or just enjoyed the video, because I love showing these. And I am the only one at this point that am showing an Italodisco record collection and Eurodisco. Expect more. There's a whole huge stack behind the camera here. Got a bunch more coming, especially a bunch of them that are out of France and Spain, and more from Italy. So that's it for this huge stack right here. And I've enjoyed showing this stuff to you. And so I'm going to show more later. So like I said, subscribe to my channel, and once I make more videos, then you'll get those as a notification on the bell. And hit the like button if you like what you see. I hope I didn't describe too much, but well enough to where I can satisfy some of your needs of what is the sound that was so big. So let me know what you think of all this. Look at my other videos too if you'd like to see what else I've got. I mean, look behind me. This is all house and trance. Hello, there's a bunch of stuff to go through there. I got so much more videos to do. So that is Italo and Eurodisco. Thanks for watching. That is part 1. Goodbye.